So recently I did a live stream covering Inter Miami. We decided to make the best tactics to fit this new look Inter Miami team with the likes of Messi and Busquets and Jordi Alba. Now we did have some issues during that stream, so I did decide that we were going to do a video in the end covering these tactics and see what they look like. So with that being said, roll the intro and let's get into it. So welcome along to the channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload for lots of fantastic content. Today we are going to cover this system. So we wanted something which will really kind of play itself into the philosophy that we're looking for. We are looking for more of a patient possession orientated system. We wanted something that was going to get the best out of the likes of Messi and Busquets, etc. So how could we do that? Well, first of all, we were looking to get Messi more centrally rather than out on the wing. He could cover less ground. We could get him into the game more. We, of course, wanted some protection for the likes of Busquets, and we wanted Alba in there as well. But we also had to play into the strengths of the team. So the likes of Farias, a new signing, Martinez, etc. How could we get them involved? Well, we worked a way that's basically a 4-3-3. As you can see from the positioning here, we have the general 4-3-3 holding. We changed both of the fullbacks to wing backs. We took them inside in hope that they would invert a little bit more. And then with Messi, we actually adapted him and changed his role so that he is now a ram. And what this did was get him into the half spaces a little bit more and still allow some license for him to cut inside onto his left foot. What's important to note is that the wingers will stretch the player. There's a lot of similar philosophies as to what you see in kind of a Man City system these days, where the fullbacks invert and the wingers are the ones who stretch the play. You naturally have that right attacking midfielder, similar to what De Bruyne does, where he comes into those half channels more, with Messi in this case. Tactically, I wanted constant pressure, but unfortunately, due to the nature of this team, a lot of the players have low stamina, as you might be able to kind of gauge here. Martinez 54, Messi only 70, Busquets 75, etc. So we really couldn't get the best out of constant pressure. So in the end, we opted for a press after possession loss to have a counter-pressing system. The width was on 30 and in the depth all the way up to 100. With a fast, speedy defense like this, you've got Alba, you've got Miller, you've got DeAndre Yedlin. You have that license to really push the line up front, particularly if you're playing in the MLS as well, where players will generally be slower than if you're playing at that most elite of levels. With the offensive system, we have slow build-up and then possession, as we spoke about, with that patient probing system. And then the width was on 10 to get players condensed. What we're trying to do here is try and get those fullbacks inverted as much as possible, get the midfield as close as possible, but the wingers will still stretch the play. With players in the box, this was on 7, giving us roughly 4 to 5 players in the box. Corners was 4, but then free kicks only 2. We did a lot of free kicks in which we decided to only really play it short. One thing I have to say is that this tactic was a whole lot of fun to play with, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it as well, particularly if you do try and execute it in the way that it was meant to, patiently probing for openings, making sure that you're not trying to constantly break away and hit teams on the counter-attack. Instead, work the ball through the field and through the thirds. In terms of our player instructions, then with the keeper, we had him on comes for crosses and then sweeper keeper, but then the two centre-backs, both of these do remain the same, no changes there. With Busquets as that defensive midfielder, he's naturally going to be that deeper lying playmaker, and the really ball is going to progress through him, if anything. So he's on cut passing lanes and stay back whilst attacking for attacking support. His defensive position was cover centre, but then his positioning freedom, deep lying playmaker. Now with the two fullbacks, we have some differing roles. We originally wanted Yedlin as that attacking midfielder and Jordi Alba to be more inverted. However, with Messi over on this right-hand side, we really needed some more protection for him. So in the end, I adopted an approach in which we had Yedlin as that more inverted fullback. So in this case, he's on stay back whilst attacking and then inverted, but then Jordi Alba would be the one who would get forward and overlap and support attack. So he was on join the attack and then his run type was on overlap. Word of notice here, I guess, you could probably have him on mixed attack actually, and I think that would actually work better, so perhaps try that one as well. Something we didn't try in the live stream, but I think could work very, very well with Farias stretching the play over on this side. Gregor played the role of this box-to-box midfielder, which is absolutely vital if you are going to have this Messi role, which we'll come on to shortly. So we have him on attack and support, get forward, and his support on crosses was getting to the box for the cross. His positioning freedom was also drift wide, and what we're looking for here is, again, to him to get into those half spaces, make sure that he's supporting Farias, otherwise he's going to be very isolated out on the touchline, and his defensive position was cover wing. Now with Messi, of course, we just want to get the best out of him as humanly possible, which means allowing him to really do what he wants. So in this case, we have his defense support and stay forward. It will form more of a 4-4-2 shape when you are out of possession, as he merges with the line of Martinez up front. His support on crosses was balanced. Sometimes you want him hanging around on the edge of the box, and his position freedom is free roam, and he's just going to drop everywhere, constantly showing for the ball. You just want to get him onto the ball as much as physically possible. And now with the two wingers, both of these are on the same instructions. They're on comeback on defense to get them tracking back, and then their chance creation is stay wide. This is how you're going to stretch the play and make sure that you have some element of width within this team. Support runs are getting behind. They are going to be your level of penetration. You're going to really be able to create some fun patterns of play in the attacking phase, in the attacking third, with this in mind. And then support and crosses is getting to the box, and as I say, it was the same for both players. In this case, we decided to go for Farias out on the left, thanks to a suggestion from one of my viewers in the live stream, and it works out really well, so give that one a try. Finally, up front, we have Martinez. We have him on stay central for his support runs, because we don't want him getting dragged out wide either way. He is going to be that focal point up front. And then his attacking runs are on mix this time, rather than constantly penetrating. Sometimes he's going to show for the ball more, and it helps you to work some 1-2s here and there. Finally, his defensive support is on basic. So all in all, this is a really fun system to get stuck into, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Do go and check out the live stream if you want to see some more gameplay firsthand and the live reactions. As I say, there were a couple of issues in that, but it is unlisted. But it is in the playlist of live streams for FIFA 23 Tactics, so you will be able to find it on the channel somewhere. If you found this video helpful, check out my Patreon. The link to that is down below. Lots of fantastic perks and rewards on there, including exclusive tactics that you'll only see on Patreon, as well as a whole host of other perks and rewards. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. And until the next video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.